2 weeks, I've made 5 grand off of 120 grand. Let me tell you something. That's something. That shows something,
Yeah, it's about 4%.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it shows something.
Tell me a little bit about yourself. Well, what is your professional background?
Well, my professional background, I'm a computer engineer. Well, going back, I wanted to be a biomed, but unfortunately didn't have the funds, so I had to join a trade school for advanced electrical engineering. I did that, got the 2-year degree. I went off to work because I needed the money. I worked in the the insurance industry for a little bit, but on the computer side. After that, I felt that, well, the contract was up, so I had to do something else. So I decided that let's try finance. So I went on the computer side for finance. I worked for Chase for a good 9 years or so. Didn't like it. It was kind of hectic. I also went into stocks at the same time. After that, I went to Smith Barney. I went to a couple other places. I didn't really like it. I didn't like the attitude. Didn't like too much of whatever it was. It was fine. I just had to change. So then I went to law. And I stuck with law for over 35 years, right? So I was doing IT for law firms for that amount of time. I could have been a lawyer myself, but I said, what? Nah, I don't like their hours, but I'm okay. I was happy with that. So, but they needed me, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So doing that, I found that I'm a person that feels, or I felt a while back that there had to be something more. I had to do something more. I felt that I had a family, and I was like, I can't be doing this rut. I can't be in the rut all the time. I can't do the 9 to 5 all the time. I can't do it anymore. I'm just tired. I'm just really, really tired. I said, let me try something. Invented something. Didn't quite pan out because the iPhones, they came out and they already had, the invention that I created back in the days was a handheld caller blocker as well as forwarder.
Oh, nice.
But at the same time, I didn't realize that the phone companies were doing it on their phone. It was the first. It was where it was like a crossroad type of thing. They went to the phone side of it as opposed to the digital hardware side of it. And I didn't do anything with it. I left it. I said, okay, you know what? Let's continue. So I was doing law, working, and things happened, and I decided to let's go into real estate. I went into real estate. Crash came about 2008. Lost a lot of money. I said, you know what? Forget it. I'm just gonna just continue with the rut. Continue grinding. And then I decided, let's continue. Let me start it again. So I've been doing that, right? So as of right now, I'm also into real estate.
Sure.
But I'm also a producer. I produce music. I have a recording studio, not on file. I do that on the side. I have friends that whatever, they come by, they like it. I create music, I create beats, I do all that stuff. At the same time, in my mind, like, there's got to be something more. It's got to be something more. It's like it's an instinct that's telling you, you want to be an entrepreneur, but you're stuck in something that you can't really look forward to doing anything because you don't know where to start. You don't know where to go. I've done everything. I've done all the MLMs, all the MLS, everything online. I've done, here's a name for you. What's it called again? Amway. I've done Amway. I've done Quickstar. I've done all of those things already. And let me tell you, it's all a recruiting thing, right?
Yeah.
And for me, that's not me. I've done the insurances. I've done all that. And trust me, I've had good following.
Sure.
But it wasn't what it was set up to be, because they obviously sell you some kind of a dream, and you try to, again, your instinct is telling you there's something more. And this isn't more. This is less. This is more work.
This is less. Yeah, it's more work, right? Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And so for you've got a varied background. It seems like you're a bit of a renaissance man, Anil. Engineering, finance, real estate, music producing, all the above, right? So that's definitely something that you've been like kind of a professional for the last 35 plus years.
I would say about 40 years.
40 years. Wow. For you then, knowing that there's something more that you wanted and you knew that it was out there, you tried a bunch of different things. It didn't necessarily work out, but did you actually find anything that was not an active source of income that was actually successful? How did real estate end up for you?
The real estate was very good, and it still is very good. The problem is that the money is tied up.
Sure. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's where you can't really, I'm just a flipper.
Ah,
I don't want to hold it. You understand? So I need to flip every time. In order for me to make the money, I need to make sure that I flip and sell. That's it.
yep.
I can't hold it, because if I hold it, I'm spending every month on top of it. You know what I'm
Sure.
saying?
Yep.
I'm spending for water or whatever. And everything that I've done is in all cash. It's not mortgages. I have no mortgage on the houses, but yet I have an empty house that I'm paying $1,000, $1,500 for light and gas and everything else. You know what I mean? The
Mhm.
property taxes and so on and so forth.
So
And
there's a lot of, go ahead. I'm sorry.
no. What were you going to say?
I was just going to say there's a lot of overhead, a lot of, not a lot of
Yes.
margin in the space.
Yes. And every all the profit that I make, I'm not greedy. I don't look for major profit. I'm just a 50,000 on whatever I do. My profit has to be at least 50 grand. That's it. Doesn't matter. If it goes up, it goes up. If it goes down, as long as it sticks to around 50 grand, I'm happy with what I'm saying. I'm not one to say I'm extremely greedy, or I'm looking. Everybody does. Everybody's looking for something better. But if you're happy with what you're making and you're doing good, then why just continue it?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't want to
Well,
you don't want to fix the wheel. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah. You don't want to reinvent it, of course, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
100%.
Exactly.
So for you then, what about other automation programs? Did you ever get into e-commerce, or did you try other algorithms, or?
Well, yes, I wanted to try. I actually was trying the Etsy, but here's the thing, right? When you're on YouTube and you're looking for something to do to
Mhm.
actually make money,
Mhm.
the problem is that there are 50 million other people looking at the same thing.
Yeah.
It does not make any sense in doing that and trying to go to a market that's already saturated from the start,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I can't do that. I can't sell T-shirts. I can't sell mugs. I can't. You understand? I can't do it.
Yeah.
So I wanted to do the Amazon stuff, but the Amazon, they have routes, right? You can easily pay to get a van and do the routes.
Hmm.
The problem with the routes is that it's routes that people don't want to go to. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All the good ones are already taken out.
All the good ones are already taken.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't mind going to them, but the problem is that when you know you're at somebody's house and something's missing, you get blamed for it. So it's like, okay, you know what? I'm not going to do that. It doesn't make any sense. Then I was thinking about the food industry, Uber Eats, all these. Oh man, dude, so many things out there, but not one of them would literally make you money without the grind. Everything is a grind. Everything yes, okay, I understand about the grind. Everybody has to do it if they're in need. But when you have a certain amount of money that you're looking to invest to make more money without the grind, that's where I came across yours. That's where I
Yeah.
came across your program. First, I
So
was in NERP. Right? There's the N word. You know what I mean?
ah, you just dropped the hard N right there.
We can't say it regardless. We're whatever company. But anyway, I went to NERV. So I put in the total cost was 20,000, right? 100% yours, your returns, everything's yours.
Sure.
Okay, I told her, I said, but I like that. I like that. It's my own account. I get to worry about my thing. I don't have to worry about anybody trying to take the money or do whatever. So I connected to them. Okay, no problem.
When was this?
But I'm sorry.
When did you connect with them?
This was last year, November,
Okay, November. So
right?
about
This was
8 or 9 months ago.
8 or 9 months ago. So I was working with them. I did everything that they asked me to do. At first, I took 6 grand just to play with it,
Mhm.
put it in. I was making 1%. Okay, no problem.
Is
Regular
that
lot,
is that 1%
one
per?
1% per month.
Got it.
Okay, I was like, okay, that's fine. I
Sure.
appreciate that. No, maybe the market will change, whatever. And this was at recommended settings.
Sure.
I was greedy. I was like, so what if I put it above the recommended settings? Can't you get more? Because you guys promised 10%, 10 to 12%. I'm only getting 1%. I bought the effects book connection. I did the VPN. I have all that. I have the VPS. I got the connection, everything you asked me to do. So here I am with 6 grand, but I'm not making 10% of the 6 grand.
Mhm.
I'm making what? Less than $1,000 per month.
Well,
And the
10%. So, well, just to clarify, so 10% of 6K would be $600.
600, I was making less than that. I was making about 250.
Oh, got it. Okay.
That's why I said less than 1,000, because I was like, what's going on here? Why isn't it? Why is anybody saying anything? I kept on calling them. I kept on asking them. They're like, oh, well, you just keep your lot sizes the same way. I said, you know what? Okay, fine. 3 months into it, I made 3 grand. Okay, now we're talking from 6 grand. In 3 months, I made 3 grand. Okay, now we're saying something. So then I was like, you know what? Let me take 200 and put it in. So I put in 200. Right, here I am again. I'm waiting. I'm still at 1%. There's no way 200 grand is going to give me 1%. Okay, no way. Recommended lot sizes as well. I said, all right, let's leave it the way it is. I kept on calling them. The person that I was dealing with said, see, just do me a favor. Can you just check and make sure that these things are correct? Because out of $200,000, I'm only making $1,000 a month. It doesn't make any sense with recommended settings. And you guys are, I don't get it. Don't worry. The market will keep coming. It will get better, get better.
Around this time, it was maybe what, January or February of this year?
Around this time it was about January, February. So then we had a drawdown, right? We had a major drawdown on one of the months. I don't know if I forgot what month it was, but we had a drawdown. My drawdown was not the issue. Issue was that everybody else that had their lot sizes above recommended settings, their drawdown was so bad.
Yeah.
Right. And then they didn't realize everything. And I understand they're not a financial, company. They're not a financial. They can't recommend. They can't. But even I was in the group. I was in the meetings. They have meetings 3 times a day, every day, right? I'm in the meeting saying, yo, listen, keep your lot size at recommended settings. Don't change them. Otherwise, you're going to have a problem. And And listen, it kept on going like that for months, right? But nobody would listen. They wouldn't listen. So the drawdown came. Okay, everybody started going crazy, blah, blah, blah. Came back up. Some of them made a profit. Some of them had a loss. Okay. Mm-hmm. But here I am still with the 1% from 200,000. I'm still at 1%. I'm like, wait a minute, something's wrong. So they also have another one called Gold Digger. So I said, you know what, let me add the Gold Digger to it and see maybe it will diversify the trades, and maybe it'll be okay. So I took that. 1 month it made 2%, but doing research on the Gold Digger, they had a frequent setting and they had some sort of a frequent and aggressive. Mm-hmm. So I had it on the frequent. I had it on the frequent. I think that's what it was. No, not the, yeah. Okay. Yeah. I had it on the frequent. Next thing you know, I'm looking at this because I look at it every day. I'm looking at the gold go take a dip, and I'm looking at my account go down. I'm like, wait. Hold on. Why is it buying so much? I mean, selling so much. Why is it doing that? Well, it's a martingale. Or Nightingale, whatever it was.
You had it right the first time. A martingale, right? Correct.
Yeah, martingale. That's what it does. I'm like, okay, but it's going further down. Yeah, okay, that's what the that's what the drawdown is. Okay, fine. I'm leaving that thing, not touching it, right? It goes back up. You know how much I freaking made off of that? It went all the way down to 2 grand, $50. So I did it again. I said, all right, you know what? I'm going to turn off my Fed bot. Turn it off. I said, let's see what the gold does. Same thing again. 2,000. I'm back up. $50 profit. I'm like, what is this? Why is it that it's doing that? Well, that's what it does. That's how it's supposed to work. I'm like, that doesn't make any kind of sense. You have no kind of linear channel, nothing showing you where it's going to stop, nothing. But yet you're saying that if I have a drawdown of 15%, that's what the Gold Digger is going to do before it makes $50 profit? No. So I took that off. I was like, yeah, no, forget about that. Right? Kept on the Fed. So I'm like, okay, that's okay. That's fine. Now, mind you, this is months going along, right? So I'm going along. I'm still making 1.20 something percent so far for the month, totally, right? Mm-hmm. It's saying 5%, blah, blah, blah. After the 8th, let's say the 7th month, I only had the Fed bot, and I had, matter of fact, I took off the Fed because I didn't even want to deal with it. I had there's another one called the Dalio. The Dalio was a low drawdown, high profit. I said, all right, no problem. and they're still with the 5%. They're still coming up with the 5%. It was the 5%. I said, all right, you know what? Let me put the money in. I put it in. I kept it in. Long story short, dude, I made nothing. 13 grand in 7 months on $200,000. Okay.
Okay. So 13K off of 200K would be, it's definitely less than 1% because
Yep.
I'm sorry, it's definitely less than 10%. I apologize, because that would be 20K. So that would be around 6.5%. And that was in like you said, about 7 months. So yeah, you're accurate. Less than 1%.
And I'm looking at it. I'm like, no, man. And the next thing you know, I'm on Facebook. Next thing you know, I see you. Hey, listen, you've got one of those faces that are like, oh, okay. He's a guy. He looks okay. He looks responsible. I've seen all the videos. He has a family. What he's saying could be true. Is it? I don't know. Am I willing to take a chance? Yeah, I am. And bro, I'll be honest with you, 2 weeks in. This is gonna be my second week that I'm changing from the alpha and the gamma. I didn't care too much about the loss. 2 weeks, I've made 5 grand off of 120 grand. Let me tell you something. That's something. That shows something.
Yeah, it's about 4%.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it shows something. It shows that, hey, look, and what you're saying, I kid you not, Aaron, I can read people, right? And I'm not one of those people that are gonna be like, yo, whatever. I don't. No, I talk to people. I see how they work. You understand? Their morals.
Yeah.
Right? You know how people can be, and you know how people should be. But when it comes time to actually sit down and talk to them, can you relate?
Yeah.
That's the question, right? So far, I'm good.
Yeah.
Thank you for everything that you've said on your videos. On point, 100% on point, man. I'm speechless.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you're not. And the thing is that you're not over delivering. You're not saying, hey, look, what you're saying is that we strive for 60. It can go higher, and it did. It is. It's perfectly fine when people are being honest with you. You know what I'm saying? There are people out there that want to take at that because they don't have anything. They don't have anything better. It's everything is 9 to 5, 9 to 5, 9 to 5, 9 to 5 rat race. They're just looking for something that's honest. That's doable.
Yeah. Well, Anil, that's one of the biggest things for me. I've lost a lot in automation programs before, and I've seen kind of the good, the bad, the ugly, and that's something that if the expectations in e-commerce were upfront, and hey, you're not going to really be in a position to take any profit for at least a year. Everything needs to be reinvested. It's going to be slow going. There's going to be potential issues with purchase orders and things like that. Even though you may have 100K to spend in inventory, you may only be able to get 5K in purchase orders, which is going to throttle your business. So, the upfront cost doesn't justify the return on investment. Could be 3 to 5 years and instead of 6 months, like you said. So if the expectations were correct on the front end, then the experience would be different from what I've gone through past. And that's exactly what I wanted to bring to ATN. It is like you said, it's an under promise and over deliver. We don't want to put people in a position to where they're banking on something and they're not getting anywhere near it, right? Saying 10 to 12% per month does nothing for anyone if you can't get anywhere near it. Even if there's still people that would be disappointed if we got 8 or so percent and we said 10 to 12%. There's still going to be people that will be disappointed, but at least there will be something tangible for them to hold on to, rather than saying 10 to 12% and getting less than 1%. And then also having a huge issue where people actually recently lost way more.
Oh man, I have yet to call my friend. He put in 1.5. I have yet to call him to find out. I don't want to call him right now because I'm scared. Okay, I'm very, very scared to just find out that he's lost, because this man, don't get me wrong, he made the money because he was smart about it. He made from, right? But you can't do manual trades if you don't have the extra cash. And what you're saying, the 5%, people can go on that. People can go, hey, listen, he can give us 60, maybe 50. Let me calculate, blah, 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 and see what I can get. And maybe mom can have this, dad can have that. We'll give it to your brother. You understand what I'm saying? That's what people are looking for. They're not looking for, I'm going to get 10%. So let me calculate 10%. I'm going to be a millionaire in 2 years, or in this year, I'm going to make 1 million. Watch. It's false. It's wrong. It's wrong because every month you're not going to make the same thing over and over.
Yeah.
And like
And
you said, they go up and they go down.
And that's super important as well, because it's not, you know, every month, like you said, that you get the same amount. It's the market. It's unpredictable. It's something that,
predictable.
you know, algorithms are there in
Yes.
place to, you know, ride the waves of a bit of predictability. It's still, at the end of the day, it's the most educated guess that you can have. Yes.
There's one thing that made me come over to you, not just because of your face, but also because of what you said pertaining to your mission, right? And your mission basically is we trade, but we have people that are there to watch the trade. That's what really got me to come to you, okay? Yeah. Not you're doing everything on your own, you figure it out, right? I understood the part where, okay, everything is mine. I take the risk. I do everything that I want to do. But if the risk is too high, I lose all my money. No, I can't, you know, because sometimes life happens. Yep. We're never around.
Yeah, exactly. Right. That was one of the things for us, is what we knew coming into this space was there are other bots or algorithms that are out there, but at the end of the day, that's like giving somebody the keys to a vehicle and they don't have a driver's license. They're 10 years old, 8 years old. They don't know how to operate it to its full capacity or in a way that can keep them safe and prevent harm in that way. So that's something that we knew, that we were keenly aware of it. And we do have a lot of clients that they also have, you know, other companies in this space. I don't like to call them competitors because we are completely different.
Right.
But people that are in the space as well, they have, you know, algorithms from them. They also, you know, use our private traders as well, and they compare. And we've got a few different case studies of the difference, and yours is not far off from their experience as well.
Yeah.
And
go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, and we've had people that have come back to us over the last few days after, you know, kind of their D-Day happened. And that was it, right? They, you know, people lost money going to the movies, right? People lost money going to dinner. People lost, when I say money, I mean like pretty much their whole account, you know.
And you know something, not to cut you off, but when I first started NERP, I thought it was the greatest thing ever. I was about to put $1.2 million into it. And let me tell you, I am so glad I did not. You know, it's you can never tell. You don't know the future. Nobody knows the future, you know what I'm saying? But there's always an instinct that tells you don't do it. Right? There's always an instinct that says, hey, look, something is telling you not to do it. Don't do it. There's a reason why. And you know what? It was one day after I got into it. I did not put that money in.
So for you, what does your account look like with them now?
Well, I completely got rid of NERP. I don't deal with NERP anymore.
Oh, really? How long ago was that?
2 weeks. As of 2 weeks ago, I completely pulled out of NERP.
Come on, man. Hey, that's like $180,000 decision right there. Something.
Yeah, no, I listen, again, I'm basing this off of reality. You know what I'm saying? Yes, we know the risks, right? All of us know the risks, but when it comes to over risking, and you have to do it, it's a problem.
Yeah.
Because like me, I've lost money in trading. I've lost tons of money in trading, but I don't stop, right? That's why I'm always looking for an opportunity. I'm always looking for somebody who's going to tell the truth and be like, hey, listen, look, it ain't going to happen overnight. It's definitely not. Let's take the long term. Let's go a long way. If you're going to get 2%, get 2%. If you're going to get 10%, we get 10%. No problem. But stay in. Don't just leave.
Yeah.
And I thought that was with NERP, but unfortunately, they were like constant 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. But then saying 10, 10, 10, 12, 12, 13, 15. I'm like, no, doesn't make any sense, man.
Yeah.
So that's what I said, you know, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to, you know, just stick with you guys. And I'm looking, and I told Julio as well as David, as well as Ish. I was like, you know, I have a family and, you know, my daughter is in 2 years is going to get married. And I'm hoping that I can actually have some of that money to spend on her. And I mean, again, I have the money to spend on her, but that one is for the entire family. That's already taken up. Yeah. I'm looking for extra income to sustain the other lifestyle, which is for them.
Yeah. So when did you actually get started with us? When did you fund your account?
When was it? A month? Was it a month ago or maybe 3 weeks ago? I think. Yeah. Yeah, I
Right.
think it was like 3 weeks ago. I think it
Yeah.
was like 3 weeks ago. And then I spoke with David, and then I spoke with Julio, and Julio said that it's best if you just get rid of alpha and gamma and go with the elite. And he was absolutely 100% right, because I was losing money on the alpha and the gamma. I lost
Hmm.
about 3 grand, which was okay,
Hmm.
and I lost about a grand, which was again, I
Hmm.
wanted to get out.
Hmm.
He said, "Do it this way." I listened, and I made it back.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes, we definitely we like the, kind of medium risk, which is the EU elites and the omega. That's kind of more our bread and butter. That's what we started with. And the
Right.
alpha and omega, again, it's just, or sorry, the alpha and gamma specifically, it's just because people they want high risk. They do, right?
And I thought I did.
They want these 15% months, but we know those months come with that risk of, it could be a couple percent loss, could be even more of a loss. So that's
Yeah.
the high risk game that some people want to play. And that's why we always would say, like, we're not financial advisors, but what we do see is 20% kind of like maximum is the way that you would want to deal with anything that's high risk. But I love that. And so for you, you saw my ad, you said, oh, this guy looks like he's a
Honest
authentic,
person. Yeah.
honest and individual and something. What exactly for you do you feel like after you saw the ad, after you spoke to Ish, what for you made you feel like, you know what, this is definitely something that I do want to be a part of?
I'm a person who's looking for something, right? I've always been that way. I've always tried to do things, try to accomplish higher than normal way, and obviously it's been up and down, up and down. And when I saw your ad, I was like, you know what, this guy has a good, nice family. He's doing things. I'm looking at my parents and your father, your parents as well. And I'm like, that's what I want to do. I'm like, my parents are retired, right? They're in Florida and they're fine.
Hmm.
You understand? But the thing is that I have money as well, and again, I'm not being conceited. I'm just saying I have where I could take care of them,
Hmm.
but they don't want that, right?
Yes.
But I want to
Understand.
know. You know what I mean? I'm like, but I know to my heart that if one day, God forbid, it's done, it's a wrap. I could do it without any kind of issues.
Yeah.
And that's where, when your dad is in the bed, I mean, dude, I don't want to. And again, that when it comes to family, bro, that's me. You understand?
Yeah.
It's just very scary to know that when you have your family, your parents, and they're getting older. As they get older, there will come a time, but you can't prepare for it because you don't know when. So it chokes me up, and that's why I said, you know what? Let me try it. Let me see what I could do with Aaron. He's not offering extravagant amount of percentage, but what his goals are, and the way he has morals. Let's see where it takes me. And you look what you did. You retired your wife. My wife works day in, day out with my kids and the housework and stuff like that. I mean, I help her. Don't get me wrong. I help her. I cook, I clean, I do whatever I can
Mhm.
for her. But at the same time, I don't want to see her do this stuff. We can get a maid. I can get a maid. But she likes to do this thing,
Yeah.
right? But at the same time, it's like, babe, relax, take it easy. No, I don't want to. I don't need to do that anymore. I want to do what I got to do. Okay, fine. But if you need any assistance, and here's why I came to you. If you need any assistance, I got your back.
Yeah, I love that. And that's the same with me. My wife is pretty much the same as far as like I will hire, a
Yeah,
24-hour maid, you know what I mean? Like that's no issues. And my wife
exactly.
doesn't want that. She wants that responsibility and all of those things, which is great because she wants to be a contributing member, which she is, and
Yeah,
she would be
yeah,
contributing even if she just,
yeah,
you know,
yes,
did
yes.
the simple, right? But for you then, what do you feel like in based off of your experience with other, ventures in the past, and then also, the most recent one that you started in November, what do you feel like makes ATN different in your eyes?
Again, the difference with ATN is that they're not pushy. You guys are not. There's not much worse to say what you are, because it just comes across as, hey, look, just go with them, see what they do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's not. You guys are not pushy. You're not. You're not. It's just what it is. It's just, you could trust somebody. You know. You know what I'm saying? Well, me, I feel. You know what I'm saying? I feel it. I feel that at some point when you would give your shirt to somebody else, because
Absolutely.
I would somebody else that's really in need, and that's what I'm looking for.
100%.
And again with your wife, I'm trying. I tell my wife, I'm like, listen, stop cleaning. I get you a robot to clean. She's like, no, I don't want that. It doesn't do the right job, and blah blah blah. But at the same time, she's helping people, and I want her to have the ability to say, you know what, where I could say, take this, give it to whoever you want. Right.
Mm-hmm.
My brother passed, right? And he has two children, and I want to support them. You know what I mean? And that's why all these things are coming into play.
Wow. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're growing up, they're young children, but at the same time, I need to be there as an uncle. I need to make sure that they're okay. Their mother is there. They have a business, yes, regardless. But I'm their uncle.
Yeah.
You understand? I'm the one that's got to make sure that you're in line. Don't play with me.
Yeah.
You understand? Because that's how we were brought up. You can't stray away from the right path. If you stray away from the right path, it's problems and issues and money that you will have to pay for certain things that happen, and it's one big calamity.
Yeah, you're
You
absolutely
know what I'm
right.
saying? Once
Yeah.
you're going in a straight path, you know what's happening. You see what's happening. Here's something. Go out and get yourself a whatever.
Mhm.
You know what's happening. You know the path is right. But when there's other issues around that you stray away from that, bro, come on.
Yeah.
You know?
And thank you for sharing about your brother. I can only imagine, and
Yeah.
having your
Thank you.
his two kids to kind of make sure to look after in a sense that
Yes.
makes total sense. So for you then, this is something it's bigger than you, and that's the
Yeah.
same with pretty much every single one of our clients. It's whether they
Yes.
have an aging parent, whether they have a kid with maybe special needs, or they're trying to get ready for retirement, they want to retire their
Yes.
spouse, or all of the above, right? So that's something that we do want to help and bridge the gap with. And for you, how quickly after the onboarding phase, after you got everything going with David and set up, how quickly did you actually start to see your account generating?
The next day, really.
Yeah.
It's like he said, I think David said you'll see something, and as he was saying you'll see something, it was already there. Because I because I logged in and I saw like 100 or $150 or something like that right away. I was like, what the heck? And honestly, it's growing. It's been growing ever since, bro. And this is what it is. And it's definitely, to me, 100% passive. It really works. You know what I'm saying? I now have a sense of, hey, they'll get it done. I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about it. I just log in once in a while, even though I mean, I have the application on my phone. I look at it like once a week now.
Yeah. Excellent.
Right.
Excellent.
But every day I would like to. Every day. You know what I'm saying? Every day I just want to see it go straight up. I just want to, it's a human thing, right? Everybody's human. They always want. We always want. We want to better ourselves, right?
Yeah.
But when something like this, you see something like this actually take off and is true, you are so excited about looking at it day in, day out, and you don't have to touch anything. I mean, come on.
Yeah, we're very fortunate, to be in this position to where a lot of people are looking for a stream of income that is automated. It's not something that they have to worry about or learn a new skill set for or spend a lot of time on or what have you. That's something that we wanted to be able to provide. And I'm glad that not only for yourself, but for your family, you're able to experience this. And for years to come is what we expect. And so we're really excited to continue on with this. And we're also for the rest of the year until December. December is a little slower, but it's kind of one of those things that we're getting into the time of year where there's more volume in the market. And that's when, because you mentioned the martingale strategy, we use a grid strategy to where the grid really operates mostly based off of how much volume is happening. So how many trades are happening, and then also the movement as well as far as the pricing is concerned. So it's definitely something that we're looking to again have that 60% year over year, give or take. That's the goal. But of course, well, just so you know, year to date for EU Elite specifically, we're just at about 50%. So
I heard you say that. Yeah, 48%. Now it's over 50%. Yeah, and I heard that in the video, and I was like, I wish I was there.
yeah. No, that's
you know what I mean. But regardless of what it is, everybody has their time to start, time to do what they got to do. But again, hopefully within the next year, dude, I'm just gonna just put more in. I don't see myself not putting in anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And expand it over to my children, because that's what it is as well. Because they also, I have to give them some sort of a cushion.
Yeah.
I got to give them some sort of a cushion, because if they don't have something for later on down in life, it's going to be a struggle, especially with the economy going, what it did in 2008. Yeah, we understand that, but it came back around.
Sure.
Look at what we're doing now. Look at it now. Houses are over $1 million. It's scary. It's very scary for the generation prior, and that's what I'm concerned about. I'm like, yo, right now, I'll be honest. I'll tell people to come in, but again, it's just that, and I hope this doesn't change anything, right? Well, hopefully it would, but for a positive way. But for me, I can afford it. But for other people who are looking to come in or make themselves better, it'll be kind of a high price to pay.
Yeah.
Right. Because everybody, and I think you guys said that there was something about a family discount or something like that. But again, it's not just family. I'm talking my friends, and I tell my friends, yo, come in. They would come in. If I say, if I tell a guy off the street, hey, come in, the first question they're gonna ask me is, how much is it? Have you done it? How much you making? Show me what you got.
Yeah.
You understand?
And
Before
so
they
it
can say,
is, just to clarify as well, it's family, but it is also friends, in terms of
right.
who it is that we allow for our clients to
Yeah.
share the information with. And
Yes.
did introduce the tier system to do just that, in terms of making sure that it was more accessible to like-minded people. We wanted the barrier of entry to be at a certain point for the initial people, because we needed high quality individuals. We need people that, if you have 20, 30, $40,000 to be able to pay for the consulting fee, then you definitely are somebody who has capital enough to be able to make it worth your while. So we wanted that to be the initial case, but then we got some feedback from clients, and they're like, man, we love this. We really want to recommend this to everybody. But the barrier is pretty high. We figured out a way with another one of our clients who has $500,000 in his account right now, is making more than 35K per month. He was able to retire himself, and his wife.
I got to get up there.
He's
doing
well.
There.
But he's really a smart guy, because he does business optimization. He's kind of bought and sold different businesses, and kind of acquired them and helped them to scale, and then ultimately exited.
Nice.
And so he's really a smart guy, and he's the one who helped us create the tier system, to where you can start at this point, and as long as you have 50K or less in your balance, then that's totally good. And then once you move up past that, then you go up tiers. Exactly.
Of course,
being able to start with 15K, and then actually we did mention that for the month of August, for anyone who does come in the month of August, there's a 5K credit that each of our members are able to issue to somebody that they want to see join as well. So if it's 15K normally, then it's only 10K with that 5K credit
with that
for the month of August. So we're doing that to show appreciation to clients. That's definitely
cool.
Very helpful. So we've already gotten several, more than 10 referrals over the last 30 days. And it's just really refreshing to see that there's people, not only are they seeing good results, but they're really comfortable sharing it with other people as well. That's always really helpful to grow the community of like-minded individuals.
And the one other thing that you mentioned was you're stopping it at 1,000 people. Please do. Don't. Oh man, dude, please do. That's all I'm saying.
No, I'm going to. And it's
again, it's your business.
Yeah.
But the more people I've been there.
More people, more problems. It's definitely, I understand that. I'm keenly aware of that. And that's one of the things that we've mentioned from the beginning. And we're close to 400 now. So 40%. And we're growing actually really, really fast, about 40 or 50 per month. So that'll close off here within the next year. And we'll just service the clients that we already have and continue to deliver for them.
Well, again, the company, if it can grow off of the percentages on the gains on every month, why not? You know what I'm saying it's easier for you to say, if we can get a pool of this amount of money for the company, people were willing, if they're also progressing. You know what I'm saying, why not? And that's how I see things. If I know I'm going to make money, I want you to make money.
Sure.
But you have to do it this way in order for all of us to make money. You know what I'm saying? So there is no catch-22 when it comes to something like that you're doing.
Yeah.
You have opportunities now. You're having a cutoff. You're showing people that this is what can be. This is what's possible. This is what you need to do.
Yeah.
Simple. I used to be in high yields. Okay.
Mm.
These high yields, dude, let me tell you, they were all scams. I used to be, you ever heard of hype, HYIP back
Mm.
in the days?
Oh, high yield and
Investment. I used to be in all of them. I wanted to see where it would go because they would say you would get, after a certain amount of days, you would get X amount of percentages. I would try, give them $100. It's gone,
mm,
gone,
wow.
gone. And I've been doing that for years,
Yeah.
not learning anything, but it's paying off
Yeah.
because now, because of me pursuing the things that I'm looking for through trading, I would, if I didn't know anything about trading, I would never see you. I would never see you pop up.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So because of the fact that I'm constantly looking at traders, constantly looking at Lambo, what's that? What I forgot his name.
Lambo Raul, I think his name.
Raul, Lambo
Yeah.
Raul. Constantly watching Lambo Raul, constantly looking at Patrick Patrick I forgot the other. He's on the futures. But constantly looking at these guys, if I don't constantly look at them, I'll never get anywhere.
Right.
I would never find something or
Yeah.
someone such as yourself.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I did, though. I really am glad I did, and we just got to continue it. That's it. We just got to continue it.
And we absolutely will. We're really excited to be able to continue it because on our end, we just need to make sure to continue to deliver as far as the client experience. And on the traders end, they just need to continue to watch the markets and be as smart
Yeah.
as possible and not be greedy. Take profits
Yes.
when there's profits and be able to just secure the capital. It's again capital
That's it.
preservation and
Yep.
actual risk mitigation. So I think we're on the right track. Actually, I know we're on the right track, and I know that with clients like you, with the right type of mindset and the right expectations, that
Yeah.
we'll continue this thing for years to come.
No, I know we will, man. I know we will. It has to. If we're gonna, if everybody has the mindset like like what you're saying, we have no problems. We
Yeah.
shouldn't have
Yeah.
any problems.
I love it. Well, I'm excited for you. I do have to jump to my next meeting, but Anil, I appreciate the feedback. I'm really happy, again, genuinely happy that you're experiencing these types of results. And I know that there's others that are out there. And the thing is that you've tried them and now you're seeing kind of a difference. And again, we just want to continue to bridge the gap for you to make sure that your
Absolutely.
family is good and keep
I
things
appreciate it.
moving.
I appreciate that. Trust me, I really do. But
Well,
anyway, thank you so much. I really appreciate the talk because I was so excited to get it out. I was excited to get it out. Hey, listen, look, I just opened it up. I made another $5,500. I'm like, what? I'm like, what? Total 55. Like, yeah, all right, I'm good. That's only in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah.
2 weeks.
I love it. This month we're at 7% overall for EU Elite and just over 5% for Omega, and we're keeping things moving and we're in a good position. So, but
Good.
I appreciate you, Anil. I look forward to seeing you in the next few weeks. Enjoy your rest of your day.
Aaron.
All right.
You do the same. Take care now.
So every 30 days, I talk one-on-one with my clients, and that was their experience. If you want to learn more on how we help our clients earn 60% or more per year, then click the link in the description below.